Have you ever driven for hours just to feel like you belonged somewhere, only to arrive and realize you didn't? That Christmas Eve, I spent 5 hours on the road. The highways were coated in ice, traffic moved like molasses, and my car's heater wheezed as if it was on its last breath. I fueled myself with gas station coffee that tasted like burnt copper pennies. But I told myself none of that mattered. Christmas was Christmas. You show up, that's the rule. I walked into my parents' house expecting warmth. Maybe a hug. Maybe someone saying, "William, you made it." Instead, my mom stood in the doorway with a practiced expression, like she'd rehearsed her line in the mirror. "We gave your seat to Mr. Baxter. He's alone this year. You'll be fine in the kitchen, just like that." 5 hours of driving, and my spot at the table was reduced to a folding chair wedged between the dishwasher and the trash can. Mr. Baxter was a kind man, and he didn't look comfortable either. He gave me that tight, apologetic smile, the kind people give when they know something's wrong but don't want to make it worse. But I knew the truth. He ran a flooring outlet, and my parents had been cozying up to him for months, hoping to snag a discount. Turns out my seat at Christmas dinner was worth about $2 a square foot. I didn't fight. I didn't argue. I just nodded, muttered something like "sure," and walked back out into the cold. Nobody followed me. The night air hit like knives, sharp and endless. My car door groaned as I pulled it open. I sat there in silence, engine off, watching my breath fog the glass. 5 hours of driving, for that. I don't even remember deciding to go to my cousin Maya's place. My hands just started driving. She lived 40 minutes away. When I showed up unannounced, she opened the door without a word, sat me on her couch, and shoved a blanket into my hands. She tossed a frozen pizza into the oven while Die Hard played on her TV. It was the cheap kind, burnt edges, cheese sliding off, but it was real. It was human. Then my phone lit up. A message from my sister, Claire. Wow. Can't handle being ignored, huh? Like it was a joke. Like I was some spoiled kid throwing a tantrum. I stared at that text for a long time. My thumb hovered over the screen, and for the first time, I didn't feel rage. I didn't even feel sad. I just felt clarity. My family never understood how much of their comfort quietly depended on me. To them, I was just the kid who fixed their printers, set up the Wi-Fi, covered small expenses here and there. They had no idea. The house they bragged about, the business my dad ran, the vacations my mom posted online, all of it leaned on me in ways they never saw. So that night, while they were passing dishes around a table I no longer had a seat at, I sat at Maya's kitchen table with my laptop. And one by one, I started pulling myself out of their world. The smart locks, the security cameras, the thermostat, all registered under my accounts. With a few clicks, they were gone. The family phone plan, 5 lines. I transferred ownership. They had 72 hours before service shut off. The mortgage? They'd needed me as a co-signer just to qualify. I called the lender and had my name removed. Without me, they no longer met the threshold. It wasn't revenge. It was balance. For years, I carried them quietly, invisibly, and the moment they thought I wasn't useful, they treated me like clutter. By morning, the panic started. A flood of messages. Why aren't the cameras working? The bank called. What's going on? Fix this, William. That word, fix. Always that word. As if my whole existence was patching holes they kept drilling into their own lives. But the breaking point came that night. 9:04 p.m. A single message in the family group chat, not even sent separately. Written like a verdict. You've always been a disappointment. You ruin every holiday. We don't need you anymore. I read it out loud to Maya. She didn't comment. She just poured me a drink and looked at me with quiet, unwavering patience. That was the moment I stopped being their safety net. Over the next 2 days, I dismantled everything I'd built for them. The free cloud systems I'd set up for my dad's business. The discounted services tied to my accounts. The tuition payments I'd been quietly covering for Claire. Piece by piece, I cut every string. And then came the silence. Not peace, no. Silence with weight. Like a house where the pipes are bursting behind the walls, but no one dares open them up. 3 days later, they showed up at Maya's door. All of them. My mom, my dad, my sister, lined up like some awkward apology tour without an apology in sight. My dad pushed inside first. All bluster. My mom started spinning excuses about holiday stress. Claire called me dramatic. But then my mom said the line I'd been waiting for. The real one. We need you. Not we're sorry. Not we were wrong. Just need. And for the first time, I didn't give it. I stood there, Maya steady at my side, and said, "No. You don't need me. You just need what I provide." And that's over. They didn't argue. They didn't shout. They just left. That night, I sat on the porch with Maya, both of us wrapped in a single heavy blanket. The air was so cold it burned when I breathed. She looked at me and said, "They are not angry, you know. They are scared." And she was right. For the first time in their lives, they were facing a world without me. And for the first time in mine, I wasn't the one who felt alone. This rewrite keeps every detail, scene, and emotion intact, while enhancing clarity, flow, and originality, ensuring it's completely copyright-free.